All right, welcome to class. With us today, we want to discuss indices. Now, quickly, what is indices? We said that indices is the plural form of index. Indices is the plural form of index, and it is defined as the power, one, as the power, two, exponent, power, exponent of a base, of a base, of a base. It is defined, first we said indices is the plural of index. So I can call indices index, I can call it exponent, and I can call it power. So we said it is the power or exponent or index, please you can add that, or index of a base, or index of a base, or index of a base. So this is the definition. So what do we mean? If I have an unknown like this, then raised to a power like this becomes the base, while this becomes the power or exponent or index or the indices itself. So all of this is this one. So you can interchangeably use them, power, index, indices, or exponent. So this is the concept of what we are trying to say. So with this said, let's discuss the rule. Number two concept here, I want to discuss the rule. First, we have what we call the multiplication rule or law. Multiplication rule or law, anyone you are correct. In this case, we change our times to plus. That's what we are doing. We are simply changing our times to plus in this case. So for instance, if I have a raised to the power of m times a raised to the power of m, you already know that these are the bases, while these are the power, exponent, index, or indices of the base. So what do I do here now? Now observe that this number here, this times is for this base. So how do I remove this sign and give it to the power? That's what we want to do. So this power doesn't have any sign at the moment. So because this base is the owner of this power. So how do I do that? I will simply pick one of the A. That's the law. Pick one of the A. So I have that. One of the A is picked. Now I'll have this M, and I will change this one times to plus. Here it becomes this. So this is what we are talking about here. So it could be N, it could be any letter. This is just what we are talking about here. So this is the concept. Now, let's put this one into one example. Let's do an example here. Example one here. If we have that A is raised to the power of 8, then times A is raised to the power of 2 here. How do I resolve this? First thing is first, note that the base is the owner of this sign, and also the power has no sign now. So how do we give the power the sign? How do we give the power the sign? In this case, first step is that we pick one of these. Why? Because they are the same. Pick one of the base, they are the same. So I will have 8. Change your times to plus here. So here becomes this, and then our value here, add them together, becomes 10. So this is how you do this going forward. Number two is, if I have, let's say I have this value, then b raised to the power of 5 times this value, then b raised to the power of 3. Please watch this. Now observe that there are coefficients added to these letters now, the same letters. Here, the coefficients are 1, 1 here. So first, these coefficients 3 and 2 are useful in this place. When they are different number or different letter, you multiply them. If they are the same, pick one. I say that again. If this one is the same, which they are, you pick one. But if they were A and B, or A and any letter A as the base, multiply them together. That's the concept we are using here. So the numbers here are different. So how do I do that now? I will multiply this number. I'm having 6 here. Then B is the same rule. Pick one of the letter that are the same. Pick one. But if the letter are different, you are still going to still multiply them together again. So let's say here is A and here is B. You are going to have AB here if the letters are different. But in this case, the letters are the same. That's why I'm picking this. So I will now change these times. So as I'm changing these times now to plus, I'm giving it to this power. So that becomes 5 plus 3. So this becomes 6B. What do I have here? Here becomes 8. This is how we do this going further. Next rule 2 here is called division. Division rule or law. Anyone you want to use, you are correct. Division rule or law. In this case, we change our divide into minus. That's what we are doing here. We change your divide into minus. So what do I know? If we are given A raised to the power of M divided by A raised to the power of N, observe the letters. Letters are the same. And also this divide is for this base. So how do I give the base now? How do I change how do I give the sign to the powers, the indices, the index, or the exponent? How do I do that? First, I'll pick one of the letter. That's what, so long as they're the same. Rule 1, they are the same. So I'll have this. Change this, I pick this one now, then change my divide now to minus. As I'm changing divide to minus, I'm giving it to this power. This is how we express this. So let's do one example. Let's do one example here, or one or two examples. For this one, what do I know to do? Now, also bear in mind that this divide can also be written like this. Let's say you are given this. Please watch this. They are the same thing. These are the same values. This divide and this divide is the same. Here, what do I do? First, observe that this is the same. So I'm going to have this one as A here, and then pick the power first. So I'm picking the power, change my divide to minus. As I change it to the minus, I'm giving it to the power. So this becomes this. This is how this is done. So the same concept is going to be applied. This and this are the same thing. So let's say you have 5 raised to the power of 8 divided by 5 raised to the power of 4. Same number, pick one. So I'm picking 1. Write the power of the top first, minus, here is 4. So this becomes 5 to give us 4. This is how you do this. But if we have numbers, let's say we have this, and then we have B raised to the power of 6 all over 4, B raised to the power of 3. Observe that the numbers are different. When the numbers are different, what do? You divide. So first up, I will divide the numbers first. So I'm having 2 here. Next up, what do I know? The letters are the same. Because the letters are the same, what do? You pick one of the letter. Pick one. So this is it. So as I'm picking one now, remember the powers or the index or the exponent, they don't have a sign. We have to give them a sign. So how do we do that now? We will start by the power up here. Then you give your divide to what? To change your divide to minus, and you give it to the power. When this goes up, this becomes this. Finally, here becomes this value to give me 6 minus this. Now I'm having 3. This is how these things are done going forward. They are very simple. Please don't forget, you can either see it like this or you see it like this. They mean the same thing. Just know that you are changing your divide to minus. Don't forget that. Next number. Next here, rule number 3. Rule number 3 here. We have the power law or rule. The power law or rule. So how is this expressed? If I have A raised to the power of M into bracket N, it can be expressed as, I will take the base first, and then multiply this, because bracket means multiplication. When you multiply that, I'll have it like this. This is how this is expressed. Now let's do an example to this. For this value here, I have that if I have A into 5, and then here becomes 3. What is this telling me? Now I'm going to express this in 2 forms. I'll express this in 2 forms. I can use this in 2 formats. First. Let me do this one first. Yeah, first format. It means that I can expand this ones in this bracket 3 times. That's what it means. I'll write it 3 times like this. A raised to the power of 5 times a raised to the power of 5 times a raised to the power of 5. That means express everything in this bracket 3 times. And then which sign do I put now? The sign, because of this bracket, I'm putting times. That's what it means. So what do I do now? Observe that we have the same basis. Pick one of the base. Then write all the powers, but changing your times now to plus. This becomes 5 plus 5 plus 5. This is the concept. Pick one of the base and then change your times to plus, giving it to the power. So I'll have that. All these ones now will give me 15. This is the first concept, or the first way you can do that. So let's try the second way. How do we do this? The power law. How do we do this one? Now, in this case here, it means that here, for number 2 of this one, now I have a 5 all raised to the power of 3. Now, what does that mean? It simply means that I will take this a out, and then I will multiply this power. 5 times 3 gives me what? 15. Simple. So it's either you do it like this or you do it like this. You are secure. Please, this is the best channel to find yourself. If you are just coming into SS1, SS2, and SS3, even in GS3 and GS2, this is the best channel. You've got to subscribe to this channel, follow, click the plus sign, and then tell this to your friends, tell this to your community. This channel, you are going to learn a lot. On this one now, this is the first example. Let's deal with number 2 example. How do we do this one? What if we have 5 raised to the power of 3 or raised to the power of 2? What is the meaning of this? Same thing. First rule. If you want to use the first method, you can simply, everything in the bracket, write it twice. That means 5 raised to the power of 3 times 5 raised to the power of 3. That is it. So what do I do? Same number. I told you that when you have same number or same letter, you pick one. Same number now, pick one of the same number, and I'll multiply this. So changing my times to what? Plus, and I have this. So this will give us 5 raised to the power of what? 6 here. This becomes my variable. So here you are going to multiply your 5 in 6 places. 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 in 6 places. And then that will give you your variable. Very, very important to know that. Okay, let's just put down. Let's just put it down. Let's put it down. Let's put that down. Let's just get that sorted out. So I have 5 raised to the power of 6 here. So I'm having 15,625. So this is it. This is the first method. This is the first method here. Now, going further now into the second method, if you like, whichever method you like, you are correct. Going further. So what do we know going further here? Now, for the second method of this one please, I will have that this will give us 3 into bracket this. So what do? Pick this one out and then multiply this, which is 3 times 2. Where did I get this multiplication from? From the bracket. So this invariably gives us 5 raised to the power of 6 here. So what do we have? We now have 15,625. So this is it. So this and this. This is how those things are done. Next up, rule number 4, we have fractional index. Let's do that. For fractional index, how do we express this for fractional index, please? Fractional index can be expressed using these settings. So if I have, it can come in 2 forms. If I have a raised to the power of m over n, fraction, this is where the index is fraction. That's the power of the exponent is fraction. This is it. Now, how do you express this? This down fraction here, the denominator here, changes to become a root. That's the law. It changes to become a root. And then I'll put the base here with this power inside like this. So this is it. With this power inside like this. This is how you express this. This is it. So What does that mean when you are applying it in an example? Okay, let's do example 1 here. For example 1 here, if I have 4 raised to the power of 1 over 2, what do I do here? Following the same rule. Don't forget, this is the exponent, the fractional index. That means the index is fraction. I used this one, the down power of this index, now this fractional index, to become the root of this and this. So that's what I'm doing here. So I will now take this one to become this root. Put my 2 here, because see, I put this n here. So here, I'll put 4 here, raised to the power of 1. So because we are dealing with number now, we know the square root of 4 to be 2. 2 raised to the power of this 1. So what do I have now? I have it to be 2. So anything raised to the power of 1 is that number, but it's the base. Any base raised to the power of 1 is the base. So a raised to the power of 1 is a. Any base, any number raised to the power of 1 is the base. So this is how you do this. Next up, 2. If I have 27, then I have 3 over 2 like this. This is it. Sorry, 2 over 3 like this. Now, don't forget, this is my 3. Why this one is my this is my n. Why this one is my m. So what do I do now? Use this one to become the root. So put it like this. So I will now have 27 raised to the power of what? 2 here. So here, it means that what are the 3 the same number? These 3. What are the 3 the same number? That when you multiply that 3 the same number, it will give us 27. Obviously, it's 3. If you multiply 3, which is the same number by itself 3 times, I'm having 27. Not different number, 3 the same numbers. So all these ones is giving me 27. So I will pick one of it. Punch it in your calculator. If you punch it in your calculator, you are going to be having 3. Pick one of the 3. So raise to the power of this one, because I have not used this one for anything. So what is the meaning of this one now? This one is simply telling you that you have to multiply your 3 in 2 places. That's this one. Multiply this 3 into this one. That's what it means. Don't forget. Look at this one here. What did I do to this one? You have to multiply all of this one into 3 places. This is what I did here. Sorry, this one into 3 places here. This is what I did. A raised to the power of 5, A raised to the power of 5, A raised to the power of 5. So this is into 3 places. This one is into 2 places. That becomes 3 times 3. So my value here becomes 9. So this is how you do this going further. What number are we? Number 5. Number 5 is negative index. Number 5 is negative index. Negative index. That means this is where the power is negative. For instance, you have b raised to the power of a. How do you express this one? Simple. It means that anywhere, remember I told you that your divide changes to minus. So in this case too, your minus also changes to your divide. That's the concept. Your divide changes to this. This also changes to this one. So your times changes to this. This also changes to this one. So it's the same thing in indices and also in logarithm. So here now, I want to change it to divide now. Well, how do I change to divide now? I'm going to have 1 all over b raised to the power of a. Now, somebody will ask, why did you put 1 there? Now, look at this. If I'm changing this one to divide, I cannot write it like this. I cannot say b raised to the power of b raised to the... What is this one? This is not expressed accordingly. So what do? You put 1 here like this to balance it. So that as it is like this, I can also express this one back to this. How do I express this one back to this? How do I express this one and back to this one? I will simply pick this b, change this your divide to minus. So as soon as I change your divide to minus, the 1 goes away, raised to the power of a. This is the concept of this. The 1 goes away, raised to the power of a. So example to this. So what do I know now? Example to this. Example 1. If I have 3 raised to the power of 1. Watch this. Watch this. What do I know? I'm changing my minus to divide. So I'm going to have 1 all over 3 raised to the power of 1. So this 1. Because this A is what is standing as this 1. So what does that mean? It becomes 1 over. I told you that anything raised to the power of 1, any base raised to the power of 1 is the base back. My final answer becomes this. Number 2 example, if I have 2 raised to the power of 3. Now, I want to remove that minus into having it as divide. First thing I'm going to do is that I will write 1 here. That's the first task. Then I'll have 2 raised to the power of 3. Now, in this case, it means that this value here means that you have to multiply these 2 in 3 places. Multiply these 2 in 3 places. That is 2 times 2 times 2. So if I do that, 2 times 2 times 2 here, I'm going to have it as 8. So my answer becomes 8. This is how these are done. Number 6 is called the zero index. The zero index. What does that mean? It means that if I have any letter raised to the power of 0, any letter raised to the power of 0, I must have 1. Any number or letter raised to the power of 0 must give me 1. Any number or letter raised to the power of 0 must give me 1. So if I have B here, I'll have 1. Y here, I'll have 1. Z here, I'll have 1. So same thing as this. If I have 1 raised to the power of 0, I'll have 1. Raised to the power of 0, I'll have 1. 10 raised to the power of 0, I'll have 1. 1,000 raised to the power of 0, I'll have 1. Any number apart from 0. 0 raised to the power of 0 is not 1. It's not 1. So this is all about this one. This is how all of these things are done. So let's touch some little examples as we go further.